Praise God. I will be talking on the subject of who is a leader, the virtue, the importance of leaders in the church. Today we have in the church many who have positions, who are occupying positions, many ministers. We feel insulted if you don't even call them by their titles because of the position they think they hold in the church. But leadership is not about title. Title does not make you a leader. Leadership is not your position. Position does not make you a leader. You can have a position in the church and you may not be a leader. A leader does not have to have position to be a leader. A leader must have other qualities that are very essential to be a leader. A leader is a person who leads others. A leader is a person who leads others. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 4. He says, "Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and a commander to the people." Isaiah 55 verse 4. So a leader is a person who leads others. He's giving them direction and showing the way for others to follow. So a leader knows the way, he shows the way, and he leads others and others follow. A leader is motivated by a goal, an objective. A leader is committed to a vision. A leader have a cause that is always pushing him to do what he's doing. A leader is a man who knows where he's going and is able to take others along with him. So leading is the ability to cause people to take effective action towards leaders' vision or group common goals. So when you are a leader, you are able to lead people and make them to follow you to carry out objectives or visions that you want to implement, or something you are committed to, something you are called to do, something you are asked or you want others to follow you to do. Now, in the Webster Dictionary, define leadership this way: say it is the ability to lead. A leader has ability to lead. Ability to lead. So you are not a leader if you don't have the ability to lead. If you don't have people that you are leading, then you are not a leader. A leader is a person with the ability to lead. You are not a leader by virtue of your position. You may be a pastor of a church, you may not be a leader. You can be a departmental head and not be a leader. You may be a fellowship head and not be a leader. You might be there by virtue of position, that somebody give you that privilege to lead the people, but yet you may not be a leader. So position does not make you a leader. You are a leader by virtue of your performance. So your performance determines your leadership. Those who occupy position in church or group or ministries or fellowship without the ability to lead are just there temporarily. So if you are in a church or you are in a ministry or you are a branch pastor, you are leading a church and you do not possess leadership qualities, you will not be there forever. You are just occupying it for a while until true leaders will come up to take up what you are doing. So to be a leader, you may even not have a title or a position. A leader may not have title or position. People follow leaders, whether good or bad leaders. Yes, a leader may not necessarily be good, but people will follow leadership. People follow leader. A leader makes people to follow him. A leader have the quality to attract people to follow his cause and what he believes in. So to be a leader, you may not necessarily have a position or a title, yet you are a leader. People look up to you because you have leadership skill. You have the cause to lead them. You may not have title, you may not look too significant in the group, but yet you have influence, because leadership is about influence. Webster further says that the verb to lead means to show the way. To show the way, to conduct, to guide, to direct the course of another by going before or along with. So a leader shows the way, he knows the way, and is able to make others to follow the direction he wants them to go. A leader must know the way, he must be able to guide his followers. He must not only know the way, he must be able to show the way. He must not only say, yes, I'm going this place, he must be able to give direction as to how to get to that place. We must not be blind leaders. And a small child of 10 years, because he can see, he knows the way, he will be the one to guide a blind man through the way, making him to come behind. Now, when you see a blind man that cannot see, a little child can guide a blind man. No matter the age of the man has to follow the lead of the child. A leader is one who does two things. First, he knows where he's going. So a leader knows where he's going. So if you are a leader, do you know where you are going? Do you know the cause you believe in? In other words, he knows, he has a clear-cut objectives. He has objectives he's pursuing. Secondly, is able to persuade others to go along with him. So if you are a leader and you don't have followers, you are taking a stroll. And if you cannot point to men and women who you are leading, then you don't have followers. You are not yet a leader. Now, there must be a balance between the two objectives. The motivations determine your success as a leader. So many people have great ability to steer imagination of people and gather a following, but they really don't know what they are going or where they are going. There are people who can steer the people, but yet they themselves do not know where they are going. And I pray you know where you are going, you know the cause for which you believe, that you will not just lead people in the wrong direction. Jesus said, leave them alone. They are blind, leaders of the blind. I hope you are not blind. You about your future. You are not blind concerning the vision that God has planted in your spirit. You are not blind concerning the objectives that the Lord has set before you. You know what you are doing. You know where you are going. You know why you are doing what you are doing, and you are committed to it. That commitment that you have is what makes you a leader. Many people have great ability to steer the people and gather following, but they don't know where they are going. Many religious leaders, false teachers, cult leaders all over the world had large followers without knowing where they are going. Many religious folks and many cult leaders have great followership, yet they don't know where they are going. Such leaders will lead the people down to the blind alley. So some other knows precisely where they are going, and they are going to the right place, but they cannot persuade others to go along with them because they lack the ability to lead. And that's why a leader must learn the skill of leading. You must be able to submit yourself to learning leadership skills, which are provided every day. You can look at resources to learn skills in leadership. There is a skill of leadership. So to succeed as a leader, you must know where you are going. You must be able to make people to follow you. To succeed as a leader, I repeat, you must know where you are going, and you must be able to make people to follow you. Colossians, in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1, Paul says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ. So a leader is following a cause. And like Apostle Paul said, I am following Christ. So who are you following? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And if you are a leader in the church, you must have followed Jesus. You must have seen Jesus. You must have accepted him and submit to his leadership. You must know how to communicate your vision. A leader must know how to communicate his vision. He must be able to communicate. A leader must be able to communicate. He must be able to convince and persuade people to follow the cause that he believes in. A leader makes people to do what they don't want to do and make them love doing it. I love that phrase. Leaders make people do what they don't want to do and make them love doing it. So if you are a leader, you make people to do what you want them to do, and even though they do not understand, but in the process of doing it, they start enjoying it. They start enjoying what they are doing, and that gives them happiness. A leader must first be a follower. A leader must be a follower. So you must have followed somebody, and you must have followed a cause. You must have learned leadership. You must have stayed under a leader. And if you are a leader, you must learn how leadership obtains, and how leadership runs, and how leadership lead the way. So when you look behind you, you must be able to see men and women whom you are leading, those you are having influence over their life. You may be a preacher without being a leader. Yes, it's very possible to be a preacher and not be a leader, because you just preach. You can preach but not have a followership. And I pray that you will be a quality leader. A preacher preach and proclaim message. A leader leads the people. So you must lead the people. You must come into leadership. God call us to leadership. God give us grace to lead the people in the right direction and to be an influence over their life. He shows the way. He guides the people into righteous decision. So as a pastor, you must be a leader, showing the way and directing the people, and always be a godly influence. When you walk among people, seek to give them leadership. When God gives you the opportunity to have 3, 4, 5 people around you, give them leadership. Impart their life. Even if it's one person that you can able to impart. Paul said of Timothy, Timothy is my son. Timothy, you know all my ways. Paul had strong influence over Timothy. And so Timothy becomes a follower of Paul. Now, Jesus had 12 disciples, and he developed them. He trained them. They were fishermen, but later they look at them, they said, wow, they have been with Jesus. So you must be able to impart people. A leader impart people. Now, a leader without follower is like a man taking a walk. So if you don't have follower, you are just a man taking a walk. A leader is a team player. So if you are going to be a leader, you must play with a team. Where are your team? You work with a team. And then I will also say leadership is deliberate. Leadership is a deliberate thing. You can begin to show leadership in your position. You can begin to influence people in your position. You must make up your mind to be a leader. You must be ready to pay the price of leadership. There are prices of leadership. Leadership is not easy ride to the top. It is a hard work. It is a skill. It takes discipline to be a leader. And you will have to to become a leader, you will need to develop the skill of a leader. My question to you is that, are you a leader? Are you ready to lead? And then a leader is a learner. I look forward to you coming and sharing and learning all the subjects that will make you a quality leader in the church, a leader in the body of Christ, a leader in your business, a leader in the society. There are political office holders who are no leaders. We want leaders. The world is looking for persons who can lead, who can show the way, who is not just a boss, but who is a leader. Are you a leader? Can persons trust you? When people comes around you, do they get influence for good? Do they rejoice to have been part of your life? The 10 minutes they spend with you, the 5 minutes they spend with you, make it impactful. Let the time, the period, the year, the